What's poppin' Knights? It's OnoKage, otherwise known as the King. And I'm coming to you with something new. Again, crazy, back-to-back new what ifs. And also crazy, back-to-back new what ifs with a friend. So, Red, introduce yourself, brother.
What's poppin' Knights? It's OnoKage here. Just kidding. What's up, guys? This is Red and Axley here, coming at you with a new what if. This will be your first look at this new series, and your first look at myself, so I hope I don't disappoint. Going from there, this will be a new type of what if for the OnoKage channel as a whole. We haven't worked too much on this type of what if, so this is pretty brand new to us. We're working on a different type of story from usual. This will be a dual perspective story, meaning we'll have two main characters, both Rimuru and Naruto in this story. So, I know this has been hyped up for a while, and I know this has taken forever. I'm sorry about that, guys. But, without wasting any more of your time, let's get into it.
Hold on. You can't just do the intro like that. You gotta have more energy, passion. But, before we do that, I do want to say, I never actually thought about mixing Naruto with that time I was reincarnated to slime, RPG type what ifs. But then I realized while writing it, that I fell in love with it. So, let's teach Mr. OnoKage how we rock this intro. Let's get into it! It's not the same if your neighbors don't call a noise complaint. Woo! Don't have time to waste, the king is into beast mode. Your ninjas better hide away before I try the beast mob. Not to win this fairy tale, I got the heat flow. Back the lead in the trunks, I got the heat dome. Got the flow going crazy, that's a shuttle clone. I switch it up and interchange, and yeah, that's how the story goes. Sharingan or Rinnegan, pick one. Either way, you'll stay gone, cause bygones ain't bygones. Then in my hand, make your O go and run. If I just pull that rock, you are so stay like a Picasso. These hands is napalm. Fuck around and find out what I breathe with the sample. Something with the greats like an ape to a prince. Oh, I'm a king, what you tell me with no prince? Dude got the knife right behind me in the back. Dude gonna fall down when the dogs attack. Oh, like you know, see I'm the leader of the pack. So what you lay down, bitch, pay respect. Hey. On a day much dimmer than any other, blood is dripping over the edge of a stone monument that used to hold the visage of the first Hokage. Naruto and Sasuke are laying on top of this rubble. As the rain's downpour begins to slow, the flow of blood on the right is far heavier than the flow of blood on the left. Naruto and Sasuke are laying on top of this stone, each missing an arm, the fresh wound oozing blood. Sasuke is unconscious. Naruto is afraid to fall asleep with everything he's learned training under Grandpa Toad. He knows that if he closes his eyes, they won't open again. Kuruma used all of his chakra throughout the war, fighting 3 days straight with no rest, no food. He leaves Naruto to heal on his own. He tries to control his breathing, but he's lost too much blood. As his consciousness fades in and out, with each waft of pain, he fights one last battle against time for his life. And to hide this fight from Sasuke, not wanting to show any weakness, as he notices Sasuke waking up, Naruto smiles. So, look who finally decided to wake up. Sasuke opens his eyes, wincing in pain. As his body reels inward, Sasuke sees the trail of blood from the stump which used to be an arm. Naruto is looking towards the sky as he continues to speak to Sasuke. As you can see, if either of us move, we'll bleed out. Sasuke then turns towards Naruto, who we can see is sweating profusely. Sasuke begins to question, why? Why did you go so far from me? I had finally gained the power to enter the darkness where my goals lay. Naturally, others wanted to cut ties, except for you. You never attempted to cut me off. Naruto continues to stare at the sky as Sasuke continues to ask, why? Why do you continue to involve yourself with me? Naruto chuckles to himself as he responds, come on, you should already know the answer to that. I mean, seriously, when you can't move your body, you can sure run your mouth. Just answer me! Sasuke interjects, cutting Naruto off, and Naruto looks Sasuke in his eyes as he says, dude, it's simple. I'm your friend. Sasuke stares back, looking Naruto in his eyes as he questions. You've said that to me before, Naruto. But a friend? That's far too simple a reason to throw your life away. What does that word mean to you? Naruto has to think for a second. He's never had to define the word. He just says, I don't know. It's kind of hard just to give it a meaning. But when I see you hurting and dealing with everything all by yourself, I feel hurt too. And it hurts so bad that I just can't leave you alone, you know? Sasuke pauses as he reflects on the words Naruto just said. It comes to a realization, but he stops once he sees Naruto trying to sit up. He asks what Naruto's doing as Naruto says, I was gonna punch you to wipe that look off your face. You still wanna fight, huh? Then I guess it's my loss. Naruto yells, it wasn't about winning or losing, but Sasuke laughs before stating, I accept you, Naruto. You can make real change to this bloody, broken world of ninja. And if I die here, the chain of war consuming our land will end, and the world will be free of Kaguya's curse. But as Sasuke says this, Naruto coughs up an alarming amount of blood, shocking Sasuke. As Naruto says, that's cute and all, but you're not the one dying here, Sasuke. Naruto, listen. Since we've been laying here, I've been gathering nature energy to figure out how far off help is, and maybe close the wound. But Sakura won't make it in time to save me, and you weren't waking up. So I gave you my chakra. So at least you'll make it, Sasuke. You could carry on my dream and work with all the shinobi and bring peace. Sasuke, with tears in his eyes, finally getting his friend, yells, Naruto, you preserve your chakra. They'll accept you. You had the strength to stay in the light. I was a criminal. I can't bring forth your vision. Naruto shakes his head. No. I've lost too much blood, and I'm tired, Sasuke. It's either you live, or we both die. Acquisition of abilities have determined common skills, pain nullification, heat and cold resistance are acquired. Unique skills, survivor, magic manipulation, magic sense, severer, bewilderer, and royal beast acquired and combined to create the skill, chosen one. Unique skills, lightning god and child of prophecy. As this voice speaks, it seems as though the world itself is acknowledging the death of a hero. But this voice can't reach them, as Sasuke's heart grows more pained. Realizing what Naruto done for him, Sasuke yells, who says they'll accept me? Naruto, I killed a village elder. I threatened the Kage. Your dreams of peace are beyond my reach. I can't do this alone. Naruto stares his friend in the eyes. Yes, you can, Sasuke. Give yourself more credit. Outside of Shikamaru, you're the smartest guy I know. If anyone can repair your name, it's you. You just gotta earn the respect back. And you're never alone. Team 7's always behind you. Unique skill, calming aura, acquired. What if I fall back in the shadows? Naruto dismisses the idea. You're not a quitter. Keep talking like that, and I'll haunt you. Ability to haunt, non-existent. Shadow step, predator, and conceal presence. Located and unlocked. Sasuke questions, how can you be so sure? And Naruto confidently says, come on, idiot. Don't make me repeat myself. Those words, it feels like the first time Sasuke's heard them. They sound so soft and gentle. It's as if a weight on his heart has been lifted. He's moved to tears. Naruto stays silent as Sasuke says, fine, loser. I'll do it. I'll clear my name. I'll earn the respect. And I'll bring your dreams to reality. So rest easy, my friend. My best friend. Naruto smiles as he continues to give Sasuke his chakra. After 2 hours pass, Sakura finally arrives with Kakashi, who bends down to pick up Naruto's body. His arms and his hands shake with a quiet rage as he holds Naruto's head tighter to keep it from falling limp. Tears begin to rush down his face as Kakashi says, "Another bloody war. Friends taking the life of each other. Well, Sasuke, what are you gonna do now?"
Unique skill, Sage Mode, non-existent. Related skills, Thought Acceleration, Universal Sense, Demon Lord's Haki, Gravity, Domination, Spatial, Domination, Multi-Layer Barrier, Energy Absorption, located and acquired to create ultimate skill, Lord of Mythical Beast, evolved to create ultimate skill, Avatar of the Demon-Tailed Beast.
Sasuke gives a determined look as he stares at the body of his past friend, Naruto, who lays peacefully in Kakashi's arms. And Naruto, who's waiting patiently to drift into the realm of the dead, notices that the pain he felt has dissipated, and his consciousness has yet to fade. He notices his body feels different, far from what he's used to. It feels elastic, almost bouncy, and he can roll. To which he thinks to himself that death is weird.
Acknowledge the presence of another life tethered to host. This secondary life contains a great deal of power and a soul of its own. This life will be applied to Parallel Mind and granted the name of Primordial Demon Fox Kuruma and power befitting that name.
I guess I really did die. Damn it, this sucks. I can't see, I can't hear, and everything feels kind of numb. But I guess I'm moving. I think it's weird. It feels like I'm rolling. I guess in death I'm not human anymore.
I'm surprised you figured that out already, Naruto.
Well, duh, I'm not an idiot. Kuruma? Wow. So even in death you're stuck with me, huh? Bad luck for you.
Idiots, we're not dead. Tailed beasts don't die. We reincarnate. And I can feel this world's energy. It's far different from our own. We're not in the ninja world anymore. I'm not sealed inside of you either. I'm in your head. I've lost my body entirely. I've become something called a parallel mind and given knowledge of this world. And I can sense my brothers and sisters' energy within you.
Naruto's glad he has a friend. He's not alone. But he begins to chuckle to himself, stating that he guesses Buddha plays favorites, which makes Kuruma growl.
You know what? I guess he does. He made you look like something I would pick from my nose. Freak.
Naruto has stopped chuckling. His feelings are hurt. He wants to yell at Kuruma, but he has no mouth. Instead, Kuruma says,
Wait. Can you sense that? We're surrounded, Naruto.
Naruto gets ready to fight, but how? He has no arms, no legs. Kuruma can't help but laugh at his confusion.
Try to think of it like your sage mode, freak. Feel for the energy in the room and let it guide you. These guys appear weak to me.
Weak! Them weak! Kuruma, I'm limbless, I'm blind, and I'm deaf. As far as I'm concerned, I'm the weakest thing here right now. Naruto begins to question what is even attacking them, as Kuruma explains that it's bats and foxes. They're attracted to their power. He's a new threat in the area, in their home, and they're trying to defend it. And that Naruto needs to learn to reel in his aura, or they will continue to attack until he's nothing but shreds. Kuruma can also sense that there's one big threat further into the cave as he tells Naruto.
Just stop thinking and fight, freak. This will be good practice. You gotta get used to your new body sooner or later. Don't let a single one escape.
But what can I do, Kuruma? I have no limbs.
Spit on them.
What?
You heard me. Spit on them, just like Saiken.
Kuruma, I don't have a mouth.
And neither did Saiken, but he was gross enough to fix.
Why did you stop?
As we speak, you are currently being mauled to death.
What? Yes, what the fox says is true. Naruto is being mauled to death. His little slime body is being thrown back and forth like a beach ball. As it's being torn to shreds, he feels no pain. And he wonders why that is. When the voice of the world answers him.
Your species is slime, home to a unique pain nullification.
Wait, species? Slime? What am I?
You are a primordial demon slime, to be more accurate.
What even is a slime?
You're an actual living snot, brat.
Crude, yet correct. Slimes lack nerve endings, so you feel no pain.
What are you?
I am what's known as the voice of the world, an autonomous intelligence granted to those with the rank chosen one. It is my duty to help you adjust to this world.
Oh, okay, cool. How do I take these guys out?
With your magic.
Magic.
Yes, correct. And with your skill, boundless energy. Your aptitude for magic seems extraordinarily high.
That's awesome! What's it mean, though?
Use your brain. He said boundless. It means our potential is near unlimited.
Correct. Magic is the basic components of everything in this world. But to simplify it for you, you could think of magic like chakra from your old world, but with far less restrictions.
Speaking of that, what happened to our old world?
I lack the knowledge to assist you in your question. I know only of what you know from your old world.
Is it possible to go back?
It is possible, but not for you.
Well, why not?
Because your body ceased functioning. You died. You gave your remaining energy to your friend and lost too much blood to function. For you to return to your old world, it would be in the form of a corpse. Hence, why your race was changed.
Naruto solemnly thinks, while still being mauled. By the way, he is still being mauled. That he still has no idea what's going on. He thinks about everything he knows. He's not even human anymore. The only reminder of his old life is Kuruma. He thinks to Sasuke. He wonders if he made the right choice. He then smiles, or at least what he feels like a smile. He has complete faith in his friend. He doesn't have to worry about that. But Kuruma says this.
If it was possible for us to go back if we didn't die, then I assume in this current form, it must be possible for us to interact with our old world, correct?
It is possible. However, you would need to have enough power to be recognized by all, essentially, as a god.
Naruto is starting to get excited, having a clear goal in mind. He's ready to charge forward, but then he remembers he's being mauled to death. Well, not to death. Just more of a sport for these animals at this point. He then panics, asking, so wait, how do I use magic?
Think of an outcome and execute. With your unique skill, chosen one. You have the subset skill, idealist, letting you use your abilities without chance. Bring your ideals to life.
Naruto thinks. Kuruma said Saiken, right? Saiken could spit acid bubbles. Maybe I should try that. Naruto thinks about Saiken's attack and how the attack would form, and just like the voice of the world said, the attack appeared in front of him, and it was hurled at the monster in front of it. It dissolved the monster with his attack. If Naruto had the stomach, he would vomit, but his head feels clear. His mind is purely on that of his friends. He wants to make sure they're alright. And just like that, he starts thinking about Gaara. As his mind drifts towards Gaara, Naruto's able to utilize Shikaku's abilities, crushing the stones and making sand, Naruto again smiles as the sand starts to wrap around his enemies, covering them in awe. He smiles, thinking of his old skill set. He creates hundreds of his own slime clones. As they crush the monsters, Naruto yells, "I've always wanted to do this! Sand burial!" Completely crushing his enemies, leaving their mangled bodies. He tries to walk over them, but as he does, they're absorbed into his body, making the slime feel grossed out. Even though he has no nerve endings, the voice of the world remarks,
Components added to your stomach.
"What? Gross. Why?"
Your unique skill, Survivor, holds the unique skill, Predator, which allows me to analyze and incorporate them into your moveset. And the more enemies you defeat of varying levels, the more power structures you will add to your own skill, meaning your power shall increase, taking you further to your goal of reaching God.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Gross or not, Kuruma, let's start heading out towards that bigger power.
It's hard to gauge our own strength. Hopefully this will provide a challenge.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the cave rolls along another slime, another reincarnated soul. This slime was named Satoru Mikami. He was killed and brought to this world at the same time as Naruto, and his final words as he was shanked to death at the tender age of 37 was to delete my search history and fry my hard drive, a man after our own hearts. As he lamented over his death, his grievances in life were recognized by the world and gifted to him as a source of power. His desire for a girlfriend granted him the unique skill Predator, but his most powerful skill is the parallel mind he was gifted from his desire to not be alone, the Great Sage, a far more advanced version of the Voice of the World, a system responsible for the evolution and regulation of the world he was brought to. As Rimuru rolls through this cave, he desperately tries to make sense of his surroundings, but unlike Naruto, Rimuru wasn't blessed to have come from a world with a power system like chakra. No, Rimuru was a normal human. A businessman working in contracting, and his analytical mind is the key to his survival. Unlike Naruto, he takes a keen interest in absorbing all the materials in his immediate area, analyzing and storing them, adding to his stockpile. And why does he absorb all these gemstones and herbs, you may ask? Because there's literally nothing better to do. As he explores this cave for months, stumbling through the darkness, Rimuru feels a familiar dampness as he goes. As he follows the drops of liquid, he stumbles upon a stream of water. Finding nothing better to do, and not wanting to go back to his endless boredom, he decides to test his buoyancy, so he jumps into the stream and is carried along by the current. But just as his luck would have it, he's moving far too fast. He's unable to stop. That's where he meets a large force field that's home to the imprisoned being trapped in this cave, whose voice bellows as he speaks.
Can you hear me, small one?
Wait, is someone talking to me?
The beast stands, shadows covering his body, as he looms over the small, frail slime.
Answer me.
How is he talking to me? I don't have ears. Wait, how do I respond? I don't have a mouth.
Hey.
Well, I guess I gotta say something to him. Well, here goes nothing. Hey, Baldy! Shut up! With your bald head ass!
Oh, you called me a baldy, huh? It seems you have guts.
Wait!
I was trying to be polite since I hadn't had a visitor in such a long time. But it seems you have a death wish.
I'm sorry. I don't really have eyes or a mouth. I didn't really know you could read my thoughts. I don't really know what you look like.
I was amazed you would say such a thing after seeing me. It appears you couldn't. Fine, I will grant you sight, but on 2 conditions.
Well, what are they?
It is simple. You must not fear me when you have the ability to see me. And 2, you must come and talk to me again. Are these conditions good for you?
Really? That's it?
Yes, ever since I've been sealed down here, it's been so incredibly dull.
Well, Veldora, you got yourself a...
Oh, wait! I got myself a what?
Rimuru is confused. He feels a presence approaching, a power that may rival Veldora. But Veldora himself isn't reacting until he yells,
Small one, get back. There's something coming. Something powerful.
From the echoes of the hall, they hear a growl of Kuruma. bellowing deep in the darkness, as Naruto, the slime, makes his presence known. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and you look like the strongest guy here. And I think that's where we're going to end this one for today. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What you rate it? You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. But before we end this, you know what it is. Red, say something to the people.
Alright, and with that, there are a few announcements that I'd like to get into, both channel announcements and otherwise. First things first, about the video. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What'd you rate it? I thought I'd steal the line for a little bit. Well, it was a lot of fun creating this What If with OnoKage. It was a big deal for me because this was one of the first bigger writing experiences that I had, and a lot of editing because that's a lot of what I do with OnoKage stuff, is making sure that his scripts make sense, which is actually a lot of fun. But moving on from there, expect the next episode a lot quicker than the first one came out. I know the first one took like 6 to 4 months, I'm not exactly sure, but this new one, since we've got a format down, should take a lot less time, and I hope you guys are all excited for that, and bigger things that we have planned for the future once the channel starts growing more, and that we have a bigger web of connections. Another big announcement that I'd like to make while I have the time is something that I am doing personally, and that I am forcing OnoKage to let me do, so bear with me here, people. This is something for OnoKage's benefit, that he's too stubborn to start himself, so I am forcing my way in and intervening. This is his intervention. I'm going to be starting either a buy me a coffee or a GoFundMe for OnoKage because he desperately needs help. He gets like 4 hours of sleep a day and is unhealthy. So what I am going to be doing is I am going to be starting that, either the GoFundMe or buy a coffee, so that anyone who's already expressed interest in helping out with that sort of thing can if they want to. This is not an obligation for anyone. This is just if anyone wants to help, and we are very thankful for anyone who does. More information on that will be out pretty soon, and will probably be on future videos, as well as a community post and a probable post in the Discord for anyone who wants to help out. Thank you for all of your patronage and all of your help with all of this. We very much treasure you all as viewers and hope that you all have a great day. Red Naxula, out.
Thank you, Red. That was weird. Felt like I lost control. It was sweet, but it was weird. Now, I do want to say a few things, especially regarding what Red just said. Yes, I need help. Don't get me wrong. My financial situation is getting a lot better. I'm working these jobs. I'm not getting much sleep. But if I were to continue doing this on my own, it would just take me a lot longer before I'm actually situated. With late fees and stuff piling on, it's just kind of hard. Now, my landlord is awesome. They're being insanely patient with me, and they're doing what they can to help. And I'm also doing stuff on my own, like going to see help groups and everything like that can help me get more financially stable sooner rather than later, because I just don't have much money for myself at this point. That's just kind of what it is. Other than that, if you do have the opportunity, or I won't say opportunity, if you do have the ability to support Red and helping me out, please do, and don't feel like you have to. I just would appreciate the help. That's kind of it at the end of the day. I've been telling people for years, if you need help, get it, and I'm just listening to my own words at this point. You can't preach it if you don't live it. And if you do have the ability to help, your money will be going towards helping me get rid of the bills hanging over my head. After that, if there's anything left over, it's going right into this channel. And if these help groups actually do have the opportunity and ability to help me out, all of the money that you donate will be going right into this channel. And by that, I mean better software, better equipment, and hiring an editor to get these videos out faster. Because once that's done and we have the opportunity to get these videos out here more rapidly to you, the channel can grow naturally and beautifully, and we can really make something here. Like, I have dreams for the future where I'm making content forever, but on a far bigger scale. I'm talking TV shows, video games, movies, hopefully. But in all seriousness, join the Discord. Like, I'm going to continuously do this call to action. I really want people to join the Discord. Once I'm not as busy, I'm going to be more active in the Discord, talking to people, getting to know fans, getting to know other people that might want to do more content, going on other people's channels to do content. Because you all don't got to come here. You can have fun, boost your own content. If you have stuff that you want to share it in the Discord. The Knights are always super supportive of other people. Even if they don't know what's going on, they always like to help out. So if you have stuff that you want to get pushed and you need some extra views, or you just want to know, or you just want to share it with people, join the Village Hidden in the Weebs, the Discord. It's right there for everyone to use. Other than that, I feel like I've said enough. So please watch the videos. It's the best support you can do, especially if you don't have the ability to help me out. And type Nine-Tailed Slime in chat. That is Nine-Tailed Slime. I'm curious who made it this far. This has been a wild trip. I am not expecting this. So, for peace and love, OnoKage out. Peace.
Nobody speak, nobody get choked. If you run the homie, gonna get smoked. No time for the lame ass jokes. I'm the GOAT. You a gringo when that story's been told. I make money moves, controlling every view. Oh no, you got hella proof, but no one's helping you. What's wrong? Now you on your own, you really want to smoke? Oh no, Chico really done it wrong. What's wrong? The hollow meta in the sky bro. Keep talking crazy, I might go post though. Always trouble when they go too far. Nobody